and welcome to You Right, the podcast where creativity meets community.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Matt.
Each week on You Right, we challenge our listeners to write a story in just 30 minutes using 3 of 5 randomly generated words.
It's a fun and fast-paced exercise to spark your imagination and get those creative juices flowing.
We'll read your submissions, offer feedback, and discuss the unique twists and turns of each story.
So whether you're an aspiring author or just love a good tale, You Right is your place to explore the endless possibilities of storytelling.
So grab some gummy worms, get comfy, and let's dive into this week's stories.
And remember, the only limit is your imagination. So let's see what you got.
Woo! So, how was your Thanksgiving?
Good.
Yeah?
Pretty uneventful. Why say
Okay.
that? My sister and brother-in-law were in town from the Californias.
Was that
It
fun?
was fun.
Yay.
Got to catch up. We don't get to catch up like we
Yeah.
should.
What did y'all do?
Actually, we on Black Friday went to the mall.
Cool.
That was
I love that.
I hadn't been to the mall in probably like 2 years at least.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
It's probably been longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we went there and just like hung out like family and everything. But then we went out to McPherson, did a wine tasting out at McPherson.
Fun.
Dude, they're really good, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they got some really good ones.
I've never been out there.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll check it out.
But then we had games here
Mhm.
one night with them. That was fun.
Nice.
Yeah. And just hanging out with the fam.
Great. I love that. That's
Yeah.
what Thanksgiving's all about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, how about you? How's Georgia?
Georgia was good. We were very chill this year. Because my grandma was in the hospital most of the time.
Oh.
She's okay. She just needed to go in and get her levels up,
Oh.
you know? Yeah. And like oxygen levels and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, and so we were just chilling a lot at the hospital, chilling a lot at the house. My grandma was actually at the house on Thanksgiving Day. And then she got transported back to the hospital at night. So, because she busted out early.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
She did
yeah.
a prison break
yeah, pretty much.
and then they caught her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And got to deal with my aunt, the one that drugged me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And she did some pretty sketchy things, but we had a good time together. Me and Jonathan, my brother and my nephew, went to Helen, which is a mountain town that we like to go to every year.
Is that where Mount St. Helen is?
No, sadly, no.
Oh.
But it is kind of like it's kind of like a German looking village. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We go there every year. It's up in the mountains. And my brother likes to go fly fishing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does he catch anything?
Yeah.
Is that salmon fishing? Go fly fishing? I don't know. I don't know anything.
I don't think it was salmon that he caught.
Okay.
Mm.
I don't fish. I don't know how that works. You
Yeah.
know, you
It's
throw
a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that is one thing that I just am not interested in. Fishing and hunting. But no one has ever invited me to go hunting because, like, obviously, duh. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you with a firearm also sounds horrifying.
It is, actually. I have held firearms before. But fishing, I just have zero interest in it. None whatsoever.
It can be fun. It's been many years since I've been fishing.
I know that some people are obsessed with it.
Yeah,
I just have zero interest in it.
I get that.
Yeah. My brother's into it. Anyway, it was a good Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to drive.
I didn't, but I did miss my flight flying back.
Oh, no.
But it was not my fault. It was because from Atlanta to Dallas, we were sitting in the airplane for like an hour because waiting for a thingy to open.
Oh, so you missed your connecting flight.
I missed my connecting flight.
In DFW?
In DFW.
It's the worst airport ever.
It's not. Atlanta is the number one worst.
Okay.
It is the fucking worst. They're so abusive. Like you have to go in there ready to like throw down. But and we've gotten in some throwdowns. But anyway, so in Dallas, it was like 11:30 whenever I missed my flight PM. And I went to the help desk. And whenever I was walking over there, because a bunch of people missed their flights, different ones for different reasons. And when I was walking over there, this guy was like, oh, they're closed, by the way. They're not going to fucking help you. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah, that's what they said. They said,
That's what they said.
We're not working anymore. We're done. We're off. And he was like pissed. And then I passed this other couple that was like, oh yeah, they're closed. And I was like, well, I'm still going to go over there because what else do I have to do?
Yeah.
You know? And so I walked over there and there were these two workers looking like they wanted to shoot themselves. And there was a big line. And I was like, look, if the line keeps growing, they cannot just walk away. And then they were like picking up their purses and stuff, like getting ready to leave. And then their boss shows up. And they closed the thingy, they closed the line, and they were like, I'm only going to serve everybody who's in line right now. And I was in line, but those people who walked away were not.
Idiots.
Yeah. And then I heard way down the hall, some male voice, which I think was the first guy that I ran across, like, fuck, fuck. And I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh. And so the guy in line helped us and he was not happy about it. It was their boss. But he was like, the lady in front of me, she asked for a voucher and he was like, no, sorry, you're not eligible for one. And she looked at me and she was like, good luck. And then I went up to the counter and he was like, oh, yes, here you go. Here's your voucher for a hotel.
Like to spite the woman.
Yeah, or something. And I was just like, okay, lesson learned. Don't give up just because the situation seems hopeless, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, especially in an airport.
Yeah, you just got to try. And so then he was like, here's a voucher for this very cheap ass hotel, which is fine. It's a bed. And I was like, well, how do I get there? He was like, just go down to the bus place and there's a what are those buses called? Shuttle. There's a shuttle that will take you there. And I was like, okay. It was freezing. It was like 20 degrees.
Awesome.
And so I went outside and I did not have a coat. And so I went outside with a bunch of other people, waited. Died a little bit for about 45 minutes. And these other people were all going to different hotels and they were calling their hotels and being like, oh, is the shuttle on the way? Okay, yeah, cool. Awesome. I called mine and no human ever came to the phone, but a recording finally told me our shuttle runs from 4 a.m. to midnight. And I was like, are you telling me that you're not going to come get me? And it was a very believable like robot talking to me. And she was like, I understand your frustration. I'm so sorry. Anyway. And so I was like, oh great. They're not going to come get me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm just going to have to like call an Uber. And of course, you know how airports are, like, where in the hell do you stand?
Oh yeah.
You know, there's like a million levels, million different places that you're supposed to stand. And I called an Uber and this guy, it was like, I'm going to be at this spot in 5 minutes. And if you're not there within 3 minutes of me arriving,
I will charge you $30 and leave you here.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I was sprinting and it was so cold. Oh my God. And I sprinted for like a good 15 minutes to get to the pickup point.
Died a little more.
Yeah. And then I got there and well, that's basically the end of my story.
Wow.
There's more, but it's really boring and I won't tell it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Sounds adventurous in the tedious way.
It was.
Yeah.
It really was.
Oh, airports. Oh, DFW.
I mean, yeah, it was DFW's fault, but Atlanta, y'all, it's just... Did you know that it's the busiest airport in the world?
I believe it.
In the world.
I do also believe that DFW is the worst airport because I've never had anything go right ever at DFW. It's always a shit show. It's never been right.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Okay. And
this is like proof, further proof of that.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
Every time.
Fair.
Well, did you see all of our stories over the last 2 weeks?
I so did.
And who did we decide to read this week?
I do believe that we decided to read Jake.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. So we're going to read a portion of Husk, part 16 through 21. So we'll see how far we get. But yes, this is Husk, part 16 by Jake. It wasn't long out in the woods that I realized I'd made a mistake. My head was muddled, my thoughts were cloudy, and rational decisions were only peeking at me from behind a cloud of unlogic, like a sun too afraid of being seen. All these years later, I'm able to realize two things. First, that I was a child and armed with all of the lack of experience therein. Second, that I was still under the effect of the dream state that Henry had me locked into. Not that I was still dreaming, but more like reality took on the style of the dream world, like smearing Vaseline on a camera lens. It was like the world's most primo shrooms trip, and I was just too young to appreciate it. I was able to make it into the woods just fine. There were streets, signs, and I'd walked the way a dozen times. Once inside the forest, though, I was subject to wandering off the path, not knowing why. I could rattle my brain enough to get back on, only to find myself off again in what felt like seconds. In my hurry to leave, I didn't have a compass or sleeping supplies. Really, I think I just needed to be out of that place. The resentment and regret that was burdening my mother, and to a lesser extent myself, had somehow manifested itself into this man. My mind couldn't help but wonder to the thought of Henry. I mean, it's not every day that a kid gets evidence of the supernatural. We can imagine everything vividly and play like we're actually doing the things we're saying, but at the end of the day, that all comes down to the wonderful ignorance of youth. The world has yet to try and kill those instinctive play performances. I don't remember a lot about that first while in the woods. Mostly that I was lost. At some point, though, I must have passed out or fallen asleep. When I woke up, I was confused. I was in a small clearing, and at first I thought that it was near dark. "Scotty!" A voice from nearby. One that I knew, but not one that I could place on a person yet. My head was still too foggy. I looked around and didn't see anyone. It was like trying to look through a yellowed fog. Then it hit me. Why we had gone out the day before to play in the woods. Why it seemed to be dark, even though it didn't feel like I'd slept that much. "Scott!" The voice was nearer now, but I was too busy trying to get something to cover my face with. See, the summer so far had been one of the worst droughts in memory. Even though my mom and I hadn't been in Red Hand for long, we had heard about what happened during particularly dry years like this. Farmers that had similar crops on rotation would come together and pick a day to harvest their fields. The resulting dust from the crops would be enough to swallow the town for a few hours, but that was better than having the haze in the air for weeks. People in town told us that it was bad to be outside on those days, and it was best to stay indoors. Today was the dust day. I had just secured a spare t-shirt around my face to be a mask when Jim stepped out of the gloom. 17. He was wearing his police uniform, sunglasses included. From head to toe, he was covered in a thin layer of crop dust. He had a grim expression on his face that, when he finally saw me, got muddled with surprise. "Scott, there you are," he almost yelled. Every sound, even his voice, had a muted and compressed quality from the dust in the air, and it made everything sound muted and hoarse. The birds weren't singing, there wasn't more wind than a gentle breeze, and even with the Bennett River being dry, there wasn't even the sound of a babbling brook. As we stood across from each other, it felt like you could drop a pin anywhere in the world, and the reverberations would echo through this place, this here, this now. "Jim?" I asked in disbelief as I stood in the spot that I woke up. Now that I had shaken off the cobwebs of sleep, I found that I recognized my surroundings, even in the gloom and dust. We were in the spot where all of this was forced upon me a day ago. In my stupor, I had come to the very place that I thought Henry came from. But knowing what he told me the night before, I felt more disgusted with being at home. Knowing he lurked there filled me with more dread than being in the woods where we roughhoused. After all, he was only here because of the key, and that was now back home with the man who kept it close all those years ago. What the hell are you doing out here today? Your mother is worried fit to split, he inquired as he began stepping towards me. My ears perked up. Fit to split was something I had never heard Jim say. In fact, he usually hated country bumpkin talk like that. I backed up a few paces to get a little further back. My hackles raised like a dog that could smell some predator on the wind. Jim, I don't want to go with you. I want Mom. I spoke hesitantly, as if I were afraid the words would trigger some kind of blast that would bring my shoddily built house of courage down on my head. The closer Jim got to me, the more I could notice things weren't right. Jim always clawed around the house, not taking care to watch his steps for the most part. Now he was stepping lightly and carefully, almost daintily like. His right hand kept going up and rubbing his eye behind his glasses. And didn't the dust from the crop seem to be accumulating a bit more underneath that eye? He paused his advance, breaking a smile and obviously trying to soothe the tension as he spoke. Come on, Scott, you're acting crazy. You're out here in the woods, no one else around. You're obviously not doing well. His words were honeyed, and I got the same feeling of discomfort that I got when my teacher showed us a video about talking to strangers. I didn't have a great relationship with the man, but we were certainly more than strangers. So why was he feeling like one? Where's my mom? I said, now backing up a bit more, putting my back to a tree. I reached my hand down and grabbed one of the sticks that we had used that day before in the tournament, being careful not to be obvious about it. I was starting to sweat. The dust was sickeningly sticking to my back. Jim paused, stepping sideways and going as slow as he could to get closer to me, swiping under his sunglasses again at his right eye. She's okay. She's back at the house. I'm sure whatever is wrong, we can all talk about it once we get there. Step, step. I couldn't say why in that moment, but I couldn't go with him. He didn't feel right. Nothing felt right. It was like I was in the middle of a nightmare, one that I was wide awake for. I don't know where my younger self found the courage, considering the meek boy I had been up to that point. My instincts proved to be sound, and when he got a few steps closer to me, I saw that the clumps of dust under his eye were a different color than the rest of his face. They were a mottled orange color that seemed to only get as far as his upper cheek before being clumping and coagulating. To my horror, I realized it was blood. Jim was finally within grabbing distance of me, and his hands twitched at his side with anticipation. There's a phrase used in competitive fighting: don't let them get too close. Something in my child's brain understood this, and as soon as Jim started his last step towards me, I swung the stick at my side, aiming for his glasses. For better or worse, I needed to see what was under them. Part of me still wishes I hadn't, because Jim never came looking for me. I knew that as soon as the stick connected with his face. He let out a pained grunt as I saw the glasses go flying. Jim's left eye was still intact, although closed from the shock. The right eye was a mess of viscera and gore, and as soon as he opened his eyelids to look back at me again, I saw why he had been fussing over that eye, why he had worn his sunglasses. A snotty, off-white goo remained in the socket, blood coagulating and solidifying around it, and the key was shoved inside. Not thinking, I swung the stick once more, hitting him in the leg this time, hoping to injure the Jim Henry thing in front of me. Maybe not enough to incapacitate him, but at least enough to buy me time to get somewhere. He let out another grunt of pain as I turned and bolted from the spot, heading towards a small field I could see through the clearing of trees. On the far side of the field was a small farmhouse, complete with a barn and grain silo. I just hoped I could get there in time. From behind me, I heard Jim's voice again, only not quite the same as it was before. Boy, you done fucked up.
Perfect. That was my favorite line, actually.
Yeah, I wanted to get to that part with Jim Henry.
Boy,
the key.
you done fucked up.
Boy, you done fucked up. Yeah.
All right. So we finally have got a conclusion to this horror story that Jake has been working on.
Yeah. At least I feel like there are parts in the middle that we're missing. because we jumped from part 11 to 16.
Oh yeah.
So there's some build up to this moment that is absent here. So
okay.
which you honestly, this is kind of a testament to your writing that you are able to pull us, you kind of get us up to speed anyways.
Mhm.
Without that, it does feel like we just, suddenly we're here. Just kind of like we teleported in the story to this moment. But
Yeah.
it all still makes very clear sense.
Yeah, totally.
I really like this build up, this kind of him knowing, and you kind of slowly cluing us into like something's wrong with Jim.
Mhm. Yeah.
And the way you just kind of drop little clues about the eye and him wiping at it and everything, and the reveal of the key sticking out was good.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that was a good reveal.
The body horror that you bring into this is really, it's subtle in a way, but so effective.
Yeah.
Just that's such an original thing. Like as far as body horror goes for me, is just like a key being used so gruesomely like this.
Right.
I think that's very original. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that I've read anything like that.
Yeah. But it further just kind of makes me wonder, what is the significance of this key? Like why this key? Did we ever learn that before? Like was it the key to the house that Henry had or something?
I'm trying to think.
That's kind of where my mind went, at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to but I felt like that it was a dinky key, like almost like a diary key or something. Like a really shitty little cheap looking key.
I don't remember, but yeah, we did get a better description of it right at the start when they find it.
Yeah, and I feel like it was not anything special.
Yeah, I'm having trouble recalling that description though.
Yeah, but I just in my mind the whole time since that description, I've been picturing it as like a crappy little like aluminum key.
Yeah. Okay, like for like a lock that could easily be picked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't remember if we figured out where exactly the key came from, just that it came from Jim. That's his name, right?
Henry. Yeah, because Jim is the cop,
Sorry,
but Henry is
I meant Henry, sorry.
Yeah, no, I get it. And it's confusing, especially in these, because they're basically one and the same.
Yeah.
We even list them together. The Jim Henry.
Exactly, Genry.
Yeah, Genry.
Yeah, or him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the child, Scott, is aware that something is not right with Henry. He's, walking.
Highly suspect.
He's walking gracefully.
Daintily
even, which he usually does not do.
Yeah. And he also just doesn't go looking for Scott.
Right. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Why would he?
Him being out here is highly suspect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Scott, I guess I am kind of like thrown off by the missing parts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because it's like, how did we get here? Like, because Scott is just out in the woods suddenly. Like we went from, he was up in the house, like having recovered from the encounter with Henry.
It said he ran away. He gathered a couple of things and he ran away.
Yeah, to get out of the house.
Right.
Yeah, but then just suddenly.
But it does describe him like how he gets to the forest. It wasn't hard to access the forest. He just had to blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But still, I guess for me, it's the jump between him getting to the forest and him waking up to hearing somebody calling his name.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the part that kind of throws me off a little bit.
Yeah. And I really like the way you kind of set the scene with all the dust and why it's around. And it's something we're very familiar with.
We are so familiar with that.
Yeah. Oh
That's
my gosh.
our life.
That's the dust. Oh yeah. That's the fall dust.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's the devil dust.
Yep. Yep, that's what the kids are calling it. Yep.
Yeah, so that there were very good dust descriptions that I could really relate to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the story just progresses and he eventually makes it, he's being chased by by him.
Yeah, by him.
Yeah, being chased by him, capital him, to this barn. Well, he can't make it to the barn, so he ends up in a grain silo. And we kind of do foreshadow. Well, I guess it's more like we set up the idea of what he ultimately does to get out of this jam. And that's him remembering his chemistry teacher, like lighting like a cloud of flour on fire.
Yeah.
And so...
Just that little distraction, kind of.
Yeah.
Little
And
shield.
well, and also like it's really combustible. He's going into a grain silo. So you're kind of setting up for us to make that comparison of the flour being lit on fire and him going to a grain silo where there's all this particulate matter. So I thought that was well set up, and I like that you don't just have him do that. You have him recall that memory of chemistry before he does that. I thought that was really cool.
That was good.
But yeah, he gives him the key. What do you think? Do you remember that part wherever he's? I decided to give him the key.
He threw it at his face.
Well, yeah, swinging it by the chain, I sent the key whizzing to the spot where I saw the hand-shaped mass, even though there was nothing.
He threw it at his hand.
Yeah, I saw the key hit something and sink in. Then all at once, the dust began to collect into the figure. Like it started to make him corporeal in some way. So it's like. That was just a strange moment, and it felt significant in some way.
I agree. And I was just like, wait, what is happening here? Is it that him cannot grab the key himself? You know? Or and somebody has to fling it into him's hand? You know?
I don't know.
In order for him to be able to have it? Like,
well, because Genry can carry the key on the chain, but he never handles the key itself.
Not true.
So he only ever carries it by the chain, almost like it burns him or something.
So it's like he had to insert the key into him's body. You know?
Yeah.
It had to be inserted into him's body.
Maybe.
To destroy him.
Or at least to corporealate
to manifest him.
To get him into the world so he could light him on fire.
To incorporate him.
Yeah.
Him incorporated.
Yeah. Genry incorporated.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happens right before he triggers the match or the lighter.
Right. Yeah. He's
and lights the grain silo on fire.
Oh yeah, I think like for sure him is not gone for good.
Well, and we get him kind of hanging around in the next part,
right?
Basically, just mean mugging the shit out of Scott. Yeah. So he's just I think he even comes out to say as much like he wasn't really even doing anything. He's just doing everything to just torment me or like something like that.
Yeah, I just imagined the mean mugging the shit out of him, the face of Samuel L. Jackson. You know that one?
Oh, from Django Unchained?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I read the most hilarious meme. Hold on, I have to show you this.
Okay. Me staring at a random spot in the room, trying to trick a ghost into thinking I can see it. It's such an appropriate meme.
It's so good. It's like you're just standing in the middle of a room by yourself.
Just staring at that spot.
Being like, see you, motherfucker.
I see you.
Yeah.
Right. We really need cameras.
Yeah, seriously. No, but that's definitely what I picture from him.
Oh, man. But yeah, you just kind of, the tone that you leave us with is this, he's withering, like he's fading in some way. This line, I think it was Henry placing all of the last bits of his power, of whatever spirit he had left, into torturing me. For most of those 2 days, I could do nothing but stare into his grizzled old face, learning every detail of him. His cold black eyes, his scraggly facial hair, his wrinkled old cheeks. Like that's, I really liked that. For most of those 2 days, all I could do nothing but stare into his grizzled old face, learning every detail of him. I really like that, the way that you describe that. Simple, but also it's like he's just forced to study this visage of his torment. Yeah.
His carnival visage.
Yes. Yeah, carnival.
Yeah.
What is that from?
It's from it was from Roast Me on Reddit.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we move into the final part here. So yeah, basically just kind of we tidy up the end here, saying they move away from Red Hand, and how he's never told what he's written here in this story. So kind of going back to the narrator, and then we're left with the only thing that bothers me to this day, that I can't get my mind around, is that they never found the key. Part of me hopes it was destroyed in the explosion, but there's another part. a part that on the darkest of nights feels Henry, the anglerfish man, the dust man, the prisoner out there somewhere, still waiting for someone to find that key again, and finally being able to get a body back, to empty out another person, turn them into a husk, and take them for his own.
Mm-hmm.
I like all these names that you give him: the anglerfish man, the dust man, the prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that you give him all these names, especially from the point of view of the narrator, because he's thought a lot about this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He would have given him a lot of different names, and I like all of those and the way that they add a quality to Henry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. It's kind of adding lore to him, you know?
Yeah, it feels very the walking dude, the man in black, the just
Mothman.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. But just there's so many just crazy names that you can give him. But I really like the anglerfish man. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Jake, for the conclusion for Husk here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake.
And up next, we have Nick to you.
Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
So we spend some time getting to know Cold Steel here at the start.
Yes.
What did you think of this ragtag group of Cold Steel?
Okay, so I was a little confused.
Okay.
So I just want to verify what I think Cold Steel is. Isn't Cold Steel the ones that are doing the really, really bad thing?
So that's a good question, and it's something that I also was confused about.
Mm-hmm.
Cold Steel is not dungeon farming.
Oh.
Well, we don't find that out until later. They are, I believe that is right, but they are essentially taking people because they're necromancers, was my understanding. Is that right?
Like I said, I was a little bit lost, but my understanding was just that they were just trying to make a buck.
Yeah, they struck me as complicated, like not necessarily the good guys.
Mm-hmm. No, they definitely did not seem like good guys.
But they were just trying to make a buck, like just trying to survive, kind of.
Yeah. I kind of got the feeling that they were bad guys because of what they did to the girl.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. So they're wanted for some reason. But I don't think that they're the dungeon farmers.
Okay.
That was later.
Okay.
In the story. So yeah, I was also a little tied up around that. But
yeah, because then that really confused me with the interactions between them and Sephora.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why is she not just like slaying them right now?
Yeah, it seemed like she might be playing it cool, like she doesn't know who they are or what's going on.
But also, why are they not freaked out? I mean, I know it did say that they were scared and nervous, but why are they letting themselves just talk to her? You know, if she was hunting them, like she, I think, is going to hunt the dungeon farmers. You know?
Yeah, so I really liked that scene in the Adventurers Guild whenever they first cross paths. Like Sephora and Badger cross paths with Octolish and his crew. So one reason I like that is because suddenly we get these characters that we know. We get Sephora and Badger, and so to have them just walk in the room, it's like, oh shit, it's about to get real.
Yeah, I really liked that too. I was just confused. Yeah, because I was like, are these the arch enemies?
Right. And so the interaction that they have is really interesting because it felt like they're both trying to play it cool. Like just stay cool. Everybody stay calm and cool. And basically try to write them off as like, well, we're Cold Steel. I suspect that you're looking for us, but I don't know that for sure. And so they're not just going to give away their hand until they absolutely have to. But ultimately, it does all go sideways, but I just like how both sides just continue to be casual, despite things just kind of eventually breaking loose there. But that whole interaction I thought was really tense, really delightfully tense.
It was tense, and to me it was confusing. But I guess, okay, like I had a lot of thoughts here, but first of all, what I had felt before about Sephora and being like, man, what's the point of her life? You know? I kind of felt like her life had more value because I felt compared to Cold Steel. Because if Cold Steel, I feel like Sephora has more honor than Cold Steel.
Yeah, and I believe Cold Steel is the group, like the party name. But
I think so too.
all of them. Yeah.
I think that she has more honor than them.
Oh,
and like she was trying to like, you know, I think from what I understood, she felt bad that she couldn't save that girl when she thought she was dead. And then I don't know, but it seemed to me that Cold Steel was like lying about it because they were like, oh, we couldn't save her. And then whenever she woke up, because she was just pretending to be dead, they're like, oh shit, she's about to let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
You know? And
also that Octolish in that moment is trying to she's just hoping that like, oh, please don't just give us away. Like for the rest of his crew, like don't do something stupid and give us away. And so again, just kind of that engaging that tense scene. Yeah. So yeah, they, what's your name? Sephora asked. Well, no use in lying when he'd already announced themselves to the guildmaster. Octolish of Oxley, he replied. Then you would be the leader of Cold Steel, Sephora asked. So that kind of gives away her as well, because as a legendary adventurer, she probably wouldn't just know the leader of some party like this. But they do carry a reputation, especially because they've been clearing out all these dungeons, and they kind of make all that much known. But I just thought that was a nice way to set that up, that they can't lie. They can't give away a different name, because then the guildmaster would be like, but you just said your name. So I thought that this whole scene was set up a really great way to just add a lot of wonderful tension that ultimately results in a really fun close quarters combat. Yeah. Which is something we haven't really seen yet.
Yeah. Okay, so going back up, like I really liked the bathhouse scene and I wanted more of that. Not because I'm a perv, but because I just felt like it was, I don't know, just had like really good descriptions. Like it was just fun to read. You know, I would have liked more of that. But then I got confused when it was like, you know, he looked in the mirror. He looked like a stranger. Then right after that, Cold Steel was alone on the road, mercifully. I was like, wait a second.
Jump. Yeah, I feel like there should be there's supposed to be a break.
Yeah,
there,
okay.
probably.
No, I was confused. I was like, is this a flashback? Is this a future jump? Is this what's happening? I got confused. I could not figure it out. Yeah. Because I was like, we were in the bathhouse. I thought that some show was about to go down. I thought we were about to get some hoe action, you know? And then suddenly we're on the road.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think also the bathhouse did a lot to disarm everybody. And so in a world that's constantly up at arms, to be in a place like this is like we're seeing past their armor in more ways than one. And so those kinds of glimpses, I agree. I enjoyed having that perspective. Yeah. And we know that Sephora is one to go to the bathhouse as well, but we have not seen her in that element. Right. And so to see her with her armor down is something I'm very curious to see.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I want to know like what her tits look like, you know, stuff like that.
I just want to see her whenever without the pretense of the legendary adventure looming over her, but also tits.
Right? Also tits.
Give us some tits.
Give us some tits. No, but I mean, honestly, if that is, because I'm still not sure if that is what's happening, if it was just they were in the bathhouse and then they were on the road again. But if that is what happened and it's not some type of flashback or forward jump intentionally, then I feel like it could say something like, alone on the road again, it was one of the only times Cold Steel could, or back on the road again.
On the road again, sang Willie.
Just can't wait to get on the road again. Like some word, like back on the road again, something that indicates even a line break, like a space.
I almost felt like that's what was missing, was just a space, like a line break.
Yeah, Cold Steel was alone on the road again. A line break or a space and the word again or something to indicate, you know, the passage of time there.
Yeah, no, agreed entirely.
Yeah.
Because we do get other moments whenever we do get those line breaks. Specifically in the part where, oh no, we don't get a line break. Yeah, some of the formatting in this was a little tricky, a little tricky, just because it's all so close.
Yeah. I have to say something okay, this is just going to basically like disqualify anything I just said, because it's going to show what a crackhead I am and in what a state of crackheadery I was reading this. So whenever it's like, fuck with his eyes, I don't want him to see me, I was immediately like, he's fucking people with his eyes. And I was immediately imagining visual sex. Yes, fuck with his eyes. Okay, then fuck with his eyes. And we run, and I was in that headspace, and I was like, hey, this is like fucking with your eye. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I won't validate it.
Yeah, I don't validate it either. That's why I said I felt like such a crackhead, because I finally, after reading over it and just being like, okay, all right, this is a world in which you can fuck people with your eyes. Okay.
Oh, just like looking at somebody's like, you just, eye fucking them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and it made me laugh whenever I realized that I'm a moron.
And also a pervert.
And a pervert.
Yeah, pervy.
I know. I don't even know why my mind went there. So, take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So just moving on, we get the follow up to this, and they deal with Cold Steel. After this close quarters combat, which goes very poorly for Badger. Poor Badger does not do well in close quarters like this. Yeah. But they ultimately are. Sephora and Badger, our heroes, are successful, and they do deal with Cold Steel. And I actually liked he awoke to find himself tied to a chair. Again, I feel like there should be a line break there. And for all I know, there is a line break, and it just didn't get copy pasted over for whatever reason.
It's happened to me many a time.
Yeah. But yeah, Ketsia is the one that just bursts to life on the counter and basically breaks their cover and causes the whole fight to go sideways, which I do like where we go from there in the next part. And this little interlude that we get between part 4 and part 5. Yeah. All from Ketsia's perspective, who can no longer speak because of the wound that she suffered. Right. Yeah. Grievous wound. Yes. I loved this interlude. I really liked that. That did so much to set tone and also stakes outside of the world, and also what it's like to not be an adventurer and to just see what life is like. And it's still, people are still getting skills the same way these adventurers are getting skills, and like they're useful in the same way. And I want so much more of Ketsia. Like, she is out for vengeance.
Hell yeah, she is.
Like, she is a woman scorned.
Oh yeah, she's like, oh no, not today, Satan.
Right. Yeah. And she just seems so interesting. Such an interesting character. And after what's happened to her, and the fact that she can only write her responses and her frustration with that. Such a cool character. Yeah. Yeah. I really dig that interlude that you give us there. Before we move into part 5, and this is where we officially encounter the Vectolo, which is the guy, I guess, or the person, the individual responsible for dungeon farming, I believe, in this town. So this culminates, like, they do a lot of planning, and we get to see their plan. Basically, they lay some very simple groundwork of how to deal with all of this. It basically amounts to some simple cover to cover their back, and then just any more complicated plan than that, and it's just going to fall apart, which I liked that detail. Yeah. That any further planning that we do will just fall apart immediately. Which I believe isn't that the art of war?
Is it? I
like
haven't actually read that.
No plan survives contact with the enemy.
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
That's like every single bout
Yeah.
in roller derby.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can plan all day long, but as soon as you're like clashing with the other team, it's like everything's out the window.
Yeah. Yeah. You just fall back on instinct, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this battle is extended and it just goes on and on. And it's a captivating read. It kept me engaged throughout. But I like how much time you spend getting us in their heads of like, yes, we're going into a battle. We know this is going to be bad, and kind of laying out the stakes beforehand so that whenever we get to parts in the battle, we understand what's at stake because it's been set up prior. So whenever they're on the cart and saying like, we may have to deal with the guards, and the driver's like, I'm not listening. I can't hear you. Like clearly they're not supposed to be talking like this, but, and asking like, what if I run out of arrows? Will you? Probably not, but I've never been a gambler. So we're just really starting to lay out the stakes and how difficult this is going to be for both of them.
Right.
Demonstrated to be very capable.
Yeah. It's going to be intense.
Yeah. 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 So we spend so much time setting up this battle, and we get the battle. This is, as I mentioned, a very extended battle, and it kind of changes and moves and ebbs. And we're dealing with different people in different times and different threats at different times. And it's just constantly evolving and changing. But this duo proves capable of dealing with this. It's not easy. And there's clearly just shit thrown at them every which way.
Yeah.
And by the end of this battle, we do get that somebody comes up and says they've got my family inside, and they immediately die. That person does. But with that information, they're able to save some people from this place. Yeah. Before it sounds like what I believe it's the Corvids are part of the guard, or like they're part of the establishment essentially. And they end up like, it sounds like bombing this place because they're like, oh, I heard this was the place where the dungeon farmer was. And they're like, no, you idiots, this is where hostages were. And so just kind of further like leaving us frustrated with how things are run. And then we start to understand that this may be why Sephora does what she does, because nobody else will. So it seems like she's sticking up for the little people.
Yeah, which makes her makes her work seem worthwhile, somehow like virtuous, like
she strikes
rewarding.
Me as virtuous. Yeah,
me too. But it was just her work because at first it just seemed like she was just in it to like make money and survive, Yeah. But now, like you said, it's like she's sticking up for the little guy. So her work seems a lot more meaningful now.
Yeah. Yeah. And it certainly left with that. And call me crazy, Badger said after a moment, but this doesn't feel much like justice. It isn't, is it? No, it is not. But we saved what people we could. That's not really enough, though, he said, choking on the words. It never is. Again, again, and again, she said, her voice becoming strained, almost matching his own. It never is. She looked at him, and a bit of tension left her, replaced with focus. She said, give me your hands. You need those splinters removed. He dutifully did so and winced as she began to pull bloody pieces of wood from his palms and fingers. So again, just this intimate gesture of just let me help.
Yeah.
Let me help you. So she's a wonderful character. And you leave us on this tone of just frustration. Like it's not, this isn't right. This isn't working. So leaving us with, yes, they succeeded, but at what cost?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you did an excellent, this is an excellent entry. We're not done yet. This is not a conclusion of any kind. This was kind of a conclusion of what to use Sanderson's A Little P plot. Yes. Which was to deal with this dungeon farmer and the necromancer. And so we got that between last week and this week. And so just kind of curious to see what the next episode will bring. Because these do feel pretty episodic. Yeah. We do kind of get a nice cap
Yeah, that's true.
at the end of each one.
That's true.
And I do think that the yes but no and model applies beautifully to what you're doing here.
That's true.
So if they do achieve something,
There's
give it a
cost.
complication, or a cost, which you did wonderfully here in this big battle here. And then or they just don't succeed.
Yeah.
So far, they've succeeded at everything they've put themselves at. So I'd be curious to see what it looks like when they fail.
Ooh, touche.
Yeah. But since she's legendary, support don't fail.
I don't know. I feel like every once in a while, everybody fails.
Yeah. Everybody hurts.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
So up next, we have chapter 4 and 5 from Elena's Ash.
That's right.
By Walker by Faith.
Yes. Hello, Walkie.
Hey, Walker.
All right. So we're starting. We're starting with chapter 4, The Fixer's Den. So we have Elena after her event that happened in the treehouse. And she's in the hospital.
Yeah, after her family finding out that she's a junkie.
Right.
Yeah.
She's one of them narco.
Yeah, she's strung out.
She's one of them strung out narco junkies. Yeah. And so we have her first at the hospital for a while. And then I just want to mention something before we continue, which is I realized while reading Walker's stories, this story in particular, how loud my inner voice is, because I was sitting there in silence reading this story and I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. And there's all this noise happening in my head that I don't even realize is happening. But I realized it because every single time that I would get to the Korean parts, because I don't read Korean at all. I don't know the alphabet at all. So every time I would get to that part, it was just mute. It would be like, and I realized in my head how quiet it was, because it would be like,
it just silence,
deafening silence. And it sounded like one of those was like,
you hear in a cricket, like one lone cricket.
Yes. And it was so weird. Every single time I got to the Korean, it was like I was into the story. I was like rolling with it. It was flowing. I was like la 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 la. Mute.
Yeah, you just flip a switch.
Yes.
And then you have to slowly turn that dial back up.
Exactly. And I felt like I was kind of getting yanked out of the story every single time. And then, yes, it was like a gradual turning back up of the dial.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that led me to realize how loud my inner voice is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that about the Korean text, because I also do not read Korean.
Oh, really? That's weird.
So it actually... It did kind of pull me from the text to the point that I had trouble following. But I think the idea is that we're meant to follow via context clues, like the way the kids react, what she said. So much of this is of what Grace says.
Yeah, is
unclear,
right? Because
it's so much of it is in Korean.
Yeah, no, I totally was able to gather what she was what kind of things she was probably saying, but it's just seeing that being like word, letter, and then suddenly seeing this totally foreign, which of course I've seen Korean a lot, but I don't read it. And so the fact that I just had zero way to translate that into neither sound nor meaning.
Yeah.
Just would throw me for a loop every single time.
So yeah, we get Elena in the hospital here, leaving the hospital.
Yes.
We spend some time kind of getting, so I think since this is part 2, we spend some time reintroducing the cast of characters. We get Bert, Maya. Grace is obviously first in the room. Well, she was always in the room, I guess. But then Bert and Maya make their entrance, and just kind of their interaction with the nurse and them being discharged. We basically get reintroduced to them again. I think since this is part 2.
Yes.
So we get Elena discharged and on her way home.
Yes.
So the drive home, I felt like we had some really beautiful description. They passed a line of houses in varying states of care. One had a porch swing held up by braided rope. One had azaleas trimmed into round, proud bushes, and one was desperately in need of gutter repair. It was the kind of quiet southern street where magnolia leaves gathered in piles that no rake could conquer, and where the sidewalks buckled politely to make space for the roots of old trees. That's nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there's some beautiful descriptions in here. So, if we skip over anything that's particularly nice, just know that there's a lot in here. But I do think that generally speaking, you have some excellent descriptive work going on in here.
Totally. Excellent imagery, like very, very good.
This is a very rich scene that you lay out in front of us.
Yes.
And we kind of get Bert's thought on this monstrosity of a house, this kind of aside of this abomination of architecture. And then we get the house came into view gradually as the trees announced its presence. The live oaks along the street reached toward one another across the road, their branches forming a kind of archway, like they were bowing in old reverence. Beneath them were the landmarks that mattered only to those who lived here. The cracked stretch of sidewalk. Yeah. So it's just, again, more beautiful description.
Yeah. And I really did like that sentence where it's like only mattered to those who lived here, or mattered only to those who lived here or there. I really liked that because it's so true. It's like these little, like a crack in the sidewalk, like a little like hole in the asphalt,
Yeah.
That nobody gives a shit about. But if it's your home, it's like, it in intimate detail,
Yeah, and you really do call out the intimate way that these characters know this place, just in the way that you describe it, in what feels like agonizing detail at times. But that's how they would know it. They would know it in this level of agonizing detail.
Right.
And again, very excellent descriptive work. This all feels very polished in a way.
Yes, it's very. I agree.
This is very clean, very clean, especially for the amount of words that we get. I believe it's less than 7,000 words per chapter, but it's close.
Yeah.
So,
I really liked the part where it's like the porch boards groaned under their weight in that familiar way that meant nothing had changed. That is so accurate. That's so true.
Yeah.
Whenever I don't know why. Why does it make you feel like everything is the same? Your home,
Yeah, the simple qualities of something that's been there for and been that way for as long as you can remember, and to have it still be there and be that way, even after so much has changed. Yeah. So much of the setting is a character. The setting of this house, this place, is as much a character as Bert and Maya and Elena and Grace. This place is a character, and we are spending a lot of time building that character of this setting.
Yeah.
And ultimately, this character kind of comes into play in the garage here. Whenever we do get. Everybody kind of fusses over Elena for a while, and then Bert has this idea. It's like we need to fix this, and like, what's a great place to start fixing other than the pile of stuff in the garage?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm just like, I need somebody like Bert in my life with that level of confidence
And decisiveness.
He's just like, this is what we need to do, and this is how we're going to do it. And I'm going to facilitate us doing it.
Yeah.
Where can I get one of those?
Okay. Yeah.
But the funny thing is that actually my boyfriend is kind of like that.
Yeah.
But it irritates me.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't tell me what to do.
You would bounce off of that.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I know. But in my ideal world, it's perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, the decisiveness of Bert is met with some resistance, but he resists back. He stands firm. He holds his ground.
Yeah.
Whenever he comes and says, like, we're going to repair this clock. And whenever they start to give him shit about it, he like, I'm going to find the fire that he had. Oh yeah. So this part kind of begins with Maya. Maya stepped beside her. Bert, I love you, but do you really think this is the best use of her time right now? or that she feels like dealing with some crazy voodoo steampunk mind meld crap. Bert turned, and in his eyes was a fire the Wilson woman knew by heart. Not loud or wild, but the kind that started slow and burned everything in its path. It was Roger Wilson's fire. Bert did not raise his voice. He did not lift a finger. He did not need to. And so we just kind of get this quality of Bert's a Wilson man, and and this is kind of cluing us into the way Roger was. So Roger is this kind of looming presence, and he seems to be speaking through Bert in this moment. It's like, this is how it's going to be.
Right.
And so we kind of get
He's a Wilson man.
A Wilson man.
Yes.
So we get the quality of the Wilson man in this moment.
Yes. So the Wilson men are calm, confident, decisive, slow burning, building fire.
But burning nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and then we get into this clock, which they go to. Bert opens up a panel in the back, and basically all the secrets come spilling out. And so we get this key, we get a photograph, we get a ribbon, we get what else? I feel like there was something else in there.
Key, photograph, ribbon, a note.
Well, oh yes, there was a note. Yes, and basically insisting Grace, Grace, if you find this, it means I ran out of time to say the rest. The truth isn't always pretty, but it's still the truth. Save it for the children. They will need it more than they know. Yours are. Typed on the typewriter, capital
the typewriter.
Typewriter. And so we get this what truth, and so we don't learn what he's talking about in this moment, but we do eventually get there in part 5. So this is all setting up what we learn with Elena and Grace in part 5.
Yes. While
Elena is in a bad way. So just quickly, there were a few parts in part 4 I wanted to call out. So yeah, that note is just kind of cluing us into that Grace is hiding something, which we kind of suspect. You kind of set that up before.
Yeah. She's a woman of few words.
She is. This part, Bert rested a hand on the clock's frame, grounding himself. This is work, honest work, the kind that keeps your hands busy while your heart decides whether to break or mend. I liked that.
Yeah.
Especially in the moment that it comes up in the text, it lands just right.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful sentiment.
It is. And it makes me feel like Bert has wisdom beyond his years.
Yeah.
Because he's the youngest.
Yeah.
But he's got some wisdom.
Yeah. Especially the part. Yeah. It's a wise old man saying, for sure. But then we move into part 5 here, or chapter 5, the truth about Roger.
Yes. So
this part whenever Elena is going through DTs and she's a mess, and it's the middle of the night and she's just trying to sleep. This comparison that you're inviting us to draw, the lightning had left its branches on her back, each line arching in time with her pulse. Or sorry, each line aching in time with her pulse. You're inviting us to draw a comparison between the tree, the ash tree, and Elena herself, and this incident that the lightning left on her.
Yeah.
And so I really like this comparison that you're inviting us to draw in this moment. So just keeping that in mind, making sure the reader doesn't forget that. So
that is nice.
I really liked that. So we find out it's 3:17 in the morning. She cannot sleep. So yeah, we just kind of get more of this house. Again, this house is just creaking and groaning and clicking. It's all around her. It's just the house, she told herself. Wood settles. Mama said so. Daddy always said so. Shadows in the hallway. Like, this house is a character. It's making as much or more sound than our characters themselves.
Yeah.
Especially in the middle of the night, it's got a lot to say.
It does.
And ultimately, we do get this typewriter shows up. And Elena immediately recognizes it for what it is. The sound of a key on this typewriter, and it freaks her out to the point she must go up and inspect. So she goes up, and the same room where Grace is sleeping, where her mom is sleeping. She goes and she's just captivated because sure enough, there on the typewriter on a clean page is just the letter L.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just stuck there. And eventually Grace does clock that Elena is in the room,
Mm-hmm.
which ultimately we get this interaction between Grace and Elena.
Yes.
Kind of this out with it moment.
Right.
Where Elena finally learns what Grace has been keeping.
Grace finally spits it out.
She finally spits it out. She she gets her words about her.
Yes.
And she gives us the information that Roger was an imperfect man.
Mm-hmm.
And in a moment of drunkenness,
Mm-hmm.
slept with another woman.
Ooh.
Who is Maya's mother. So that is what we learn in this moment. And that is all framed well by the photograph that we get with Roger and this unknown black woman in this photograph, the key and the ribbon from Grace and Roger's marriage. So it's all tied up together.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason Grace never said anything is the same reason any good Christian woman wouldn't say anything. The scandal would be too much.
Mm-hmm.
So that colors Grace, at least for me, that really does color Grace in a way that's not particularly flattering.
Mm-hmm.
Roger wanted to come out and say that he wanted to say what happened and get the truth out there. As a matter of fact, he comes home after having committed this adultery and just confesses the whole thing to Grace.
Yeah.
Straight off.
Mm-hmm.
But she is unable to give that same absolution to her own children.
Yeah.
So she bears this burden, in my opinion, needlessly.
Totally. But I feel like in her mind, she's being some type of martyr. But,
something, yeah.
But actually,
it's just that conservative Christian mentality of like, we cannot bear this shame. The family cannot bear this. It's like your family's stronger than you think, Grace.
Right.
Like,
but it's also robbing Maya of feeling more a part of them.
Exactly.
Because she's actually blood kinfolk.
Yeah.
You know?
And so
it would have made her feel so much more. I think it would have made her feel so much more a part of them to know that she actually was blood related.
Yeah.
You know, that they were blood related. I don't know what kind of identity crises adopted kids go through, but I know adopted kids, and I know that they go through them. So it's like, I feel like that would have done so much for Maya. And I feel like it was pretty selfish of Grace to be like, no.
I agree entirely.
Yeah.
I agree entirely. And we do get this description of your father came apart when I told him. He wanted to take responsibility. He wanted to tell the church, marry me again, he said. Properly this time, he begged. Tell the truth is all he cared about. He was, how do you say, manic. So that description of him needing to say this, just and for Grace to deny him this, to say no.
Yeah.
I did not. Why? Elena whispered. Because I knew what a scandal would do to us, to our family, to our name, to me, to the child. So, and basically kind of qualifies it further. It's like white man marries a Korean lady and now makes a baby with a black woman. Bah, she scoffed, the old anger. So that strikes me as this may be like traditional Koreanisms as well. I don't know what it's like to grow up in Korea. The best I can offer is the show Kim's Convenience, which is about a Korean family living in America. And they do have some of these tendencies, like these conservative Christian tendencies. And so like, that's who I keep drawing against is like popular culture television. And so, yeah, it does strike me as true. Like this very well could have happened this way. But it does color Grace as being not particularly graceful. Yeah. Actually.
But then again, she did raise Maya as her own.
Yeah.
You know?
It reminds me in Game of Thrones with Stark, what's her name? Raising Jon Snow, and she's just bitter the whole time, just can't. And a lot of the interactions that we get between Grace and Maya are kind of fraught Like she's always just like snapping at her. It's like, you stop that. Like you put a pin in that.
Right.
And so it's just, they never really seem to be on good, even terms. So that's kind of the vibe that I get, I guess.
Yeah.
And we do get, does Maya know? No, she does not know. She must not.
Okay, Grace.
We do at least qualify it with a not yet.
Yeah.
I worry what it would mean. I worry what it would mean to her. Yeah. So again, we further color how Roger was imperfect, but in this moment, man, Grace feels much more imperfect than Roger did, even in his infidelity.
Yeah.
Like, to withhold this for so many years. What is that saying? It's like bad news does not get better with age. This is just like proof of that. And what is that interaction going to ultimately look like whenever Maya does learn the truth? Because one person can keep a secret, but now Elena knows.
Yeah.
So Kat's really out of the bag.
Yeah, as it should be. But, it also is like pretty skeezy of, what's his name? Richard? Sorry. Roger. Because this girl that he got pregnant was apparently very young and vulnerable. And he was some type of a leader in the church.
Yeah.
Who was helping her, and he took advantage of her.
Yes, he did.
So that is also not a good look for Roger.
Yes. Very bad. Not a good look at all.
No.
Yeah. It is good on Grace, like you mentioned, to raise Maya in the first place.
Yeah.
To take pity on this girl who could not raise a child in this situation.
Yeah. So that kind of says a lot of really good things about Grace.
Yeah.
But also,
how long must you hold
this?
It's
lame that she's keeping it a secret.
Yeah.
But I mean, nobody is perfect.
Nobody is perfect. And yes, Roger was highly imperfect.
Like, first he gets this vulnerable young girl pregnant that he was supposed to be like a church leader type of person for. And then he kills himself.
Yeah, there's a lot happens in between, but yes, yeah.
I know,
yeah.
But
the fact that he did come clean to Grace, like the moment it happened, I do think speaks to a kind of virtue that he has there.
I agree.
But at the same time, yes, it's such a complicated situation.
It is so complicated.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't want to make it sound like I'm like, Grace is the villain here. And
they're
Roger,
all kind of villainous people in their own way.
Except for Bert so far. And Maya, honestly.
Yeah, Maya. Well, we haven't seen much of them at this point to know, but sounds like we're setting up this whole family to just be complicated.
Yeah.
And they're complicated people, like real people are complicated people. So that seems to be what we're putting down here, is that this whole family and every person within it is very imperfect.
Right.
And we're going to dive into what it is that makes them who they are, which means diving into all of their imperfections.
Yep.
This is a very dramatic story. And as I mentioned, told in often what feels like agonizing detail. But when we do get these moments, like this moment between Grace and Elena, this is a gratifying payoff to us, despite the fact that it is very frustrating to read how Roger behaved, how Grace behaved, and now Elena is the sole burden of this secret.
Yeah.
And in withdrawals at that.
Oh my God.
And so it's just, it all is so unfair.
Yeah. But then again, that secret could be a good distraction from her withdrawals.
It could be.
You know, it's like something to work out in her mind, something to think about, something to try to figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
So maybe that's what the ghost of Roger's typewriter is putting out there, is to give her something to take her mind off of this.
Yeah, totally.
So, but man, thank you, Walker, for chapter 4 and 5 there. Thank you.
It was extremely thought-provoking.
Quite, yes. And I think prompted a pretty good discussion.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Walker.
Thank you.
Okay, so up next we have All Fair.
All Fair.
Hey, All Fair.
Hey, All Fair.
So, oh man, we're with Manu again.
We are.
it's different now.
Yeah. Okay, so off air, I'm gonna just say it again.
Okay.
This is my favorite story this week.
Oh man, it's so captivating.
It is so captivating. I love where this is going. I'm just like really enthralled by it. I just really like, I feel like it's, I'm just like, oh, well, what's going to happen? Like, it's just fun. It's a feel good read.
Yeah, it's got, oh man, it's a lot of words, but it doesn't feel like it all flows and moves and just, it feels like such a natural continuation. You can get lost in these words.
Yeah.
I agree. This has staying power.
It does.
This is good stuff, man.
It's good stuff.
I'm really enjoying this, and I'm really enjoying our time getting to know Manu and basically using her perspective to see this place.
Yeah.
Because she's new to this whole place, and so it just. I keep coming back to that. It's just such a great way to get us grounded in this really exotic place.
Yes. And again, I just love the novelty of the place and the blending of different things. But I like the descriptions of the people. Like, I like this new character that we have met, which is Madam Akshara Rasaun. I just love the descriptions of Akshara, and just like how she is, like
how she comports herself is very like no nonsense, kind of powerful, captivating,
but also very charming.
Yes.
Like not just this like alpha female who's just like, like steamrolling everybody. She's like very powerful, but also very charming at the same time.
And perceptive too.
Yeah.
Very, very almost hyper perceptive person. I think even remarks on Manu's lack of perception.
Yeah. I loved the way that it was handled, the attitude of Manasvi. How her attitude was handled. I love how Akshara was so straightforward with her, and she was instead of just letting it linger as this like creepy envy in the background, Akshara is like, you already have all of these advantages and skills. Do you not want the same for your family? Do you not want them to have a chance too? How she's just so direct about it. I love that.
Yeah. And to go on to like, and because of them getting an advantage would grant you advantage still.
Right.
For them to be advantaged is to offer yourself, like if it must be a selfish thing for yourself, see it as the selfish thing it could be.
Right.
Like she's so disarming in that way.
Yeah, she's so disarming because she just addresses it directly.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, doesn't shy away from anything so far. Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
She does kind of dance around what it is Manu would be doing. And so she's being a little coy there. So I don't feel like we're getting quite the full picture from her. But so she reminds me of, in his Dark Materials, what the hell is her name? Her mother.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a spoiler.
Wait,
I can't say that.
Who reminds you of the mother? This one?
Yes.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah, except for that mom is kind of evil, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but when you first meet her, she is all that and a bag of potato chips.
Right. She is. She's
perfect.
She's perfect in every way.
And she strikes me the same.
Satan is like, bro, I've had some hotties, okay?
Yeah.
But you? But you?
Shit.
Damn.
Sorry, dog.
No, totally. But that kind of takes me to the comments where somebody, I forgot who, commented, Akshara seems a bit sus or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Am I
she's
just
too
gullible?
good to be true.
Yeah. I'm just gullible, but I just want to believe that Akshara is like this good.
Yeah. And I think it's too good to be true, which is textual. Like even the uncles are like, this all sounds too good. Like, and basically it is. And she comes out and says as much to Manu in private, saying that this is because of what happened.
Yeah.
And we're trying to keep this all a little hush hush because of the people that are involved. And so I'm going to offer you this position. And it's not because of just the people who were involved. It's how she handled the situation, but she also knows what it is that she carries.
Right.
And so that ultimately circles us back to whoever this guy was that she met. And he's still wrapped in this mystery, this mystique. Like, we don't know exactly who he is. And we'll find out more eventually is kind of the way that we leave it. But this whole conversation that they're having in private is just really laying the cards on the table. And it feels like she's being honest. But in fact, I think she's still withholding information, which is why I think she feels sus.
Yeah.
Because she's dancing around what it is that Manu is going to be doing.
Right. No, that's true. Because Manu keeps being like, am I going to be like a spy? And she's like, no, that's some silver screen shit or whatever they call it.
Yeah, crystal screen or crystal play.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
Oh. Yeah, she is a very interesting character, but she is highly suspect. Just because she's so capable. And I think Manasvi has the right of it. Like she's like, okay, I'm gonna just see where this goes.
Yeah.
So that's almost like the perspective that I'm gonna take is like she's like, okay, I see you. Yeah, you talk a good game. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
So maybe Manasvi is actually not being like a little shit, but is actually just being perceptive.
Yeah. She does strike me as quite perceptive. Yeah. But yeah, Manu, they just feel so... They just feel like such a fresh wound, like open to all kinds of things. And that's kind of that's the way that they're described as well, is like, you couldn't have just taken this. It's like, you are not without magic. You are not without energy, I guess. Because she says, Madame Akshara says, basically reinforces what we learned last time. It's like, you have the right energy profile. And they're just like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not you should talk to Manasvi. But we just kind of reinforce this idea that they do have something.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly what that is, but it could just be, it strikes me as like, they're just empathetic, able to perceive, like maybe perceptive. Maybe that's the way they are. It's just a type of perceptive.
Right.
Even though they're called as not perceptive in this by Madame Akshara at one point. But yeah, I continue to just be enthralled by
me too.
This whole setting, this world, these characters.
Me too. And I did have the thought while reading this about Sanderson's iceberg thing. Because this story is giving the impression that there's all this history and all this stuff that exists, and maybe I'm assuming, unless Allfair is like 1 million years old and has had endless time to come up with this entire other world, that it's not all completely hashed out, but it's just hinting at the existence of this mountain under the water, under the surface. Yeah.
You've offered up quite the framework for us to draw the lines of this huge iceberg. Yeah. And you just kind of keep cluing into the larger side of this, like this revolution that we learn about.
Yeah.
And the commentary that you keep offering up in here, I think, is rich commentary for our modern society.
Yeah.
And how it's the young people that sought revolution and all this. It all strikes me as just like, it is fantastical in that way.
Yes.
And so to just read about it this way is a great way to get lost in this fantasy. So I really wanted to commend you on just the sheer abundance of world building.
There is an abundance.
And it's everywhere.
Huge. Yes.
Yeah. And it feels like the world is getting larger. The longer we dwell in it, it just keeps ballooning out and out and out. And so we just get more and more every time we come back to this story.
Yes. And I want to know more about this world. I want to know about the history. one thing that makes Akshara, that's her name, right?
Mhm.
Less sus to me is the fact that she seems so excited about sharing all this information with Minu. She's not trying to like withhold stuff.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, let me tell you about the history. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about that. Unless she's trying to like brainwash her with some like propaganda or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It just seems like she's eager to like clue her in on things or clue them in on things.
Yeah. And I also liked this when they're discussing this man. He was a good man, brave. He served for so many years in so many capacities. He deserved better than what he got. And Manu asks, what was his name? I never learned it.
Mm-hmm.
Madame Akshara looked surprised. Peter Kasarik.
Mm-hmm.
A good man, like I said, and a good officer. Thank you for asking, dear. That speaks volumes about you.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lovely interaction.
It is. Like, she sounds like a very quality teacher.
Yes.
Who's like applauding Minu's curiosity and desire to learn, you know?
Yeah, and for her to recognize that this, again, it kind of calls to that empathy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something she says, this is something that speaks to who you are. You want to know who this man, what his name was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that.
Me too.
Absolutely love that.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Man, All Fair, absolutely delightful.
Delightful.
I
love it.
I just want to know everything there is about this world.
I do too. I want more. I want a series of this world that I can binge on. I want Minu, you know, memoirs of Minu.
Memoirs of a Menu.
Yes, memoirs of a Minu. Memoirs. Perchance. Memoirs. Yes, I want just to keep reading this. I want some shit to happen. I want her also to fuck.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Since fucking is so accepted in this society, I feel like there needs to be some romantic interactions.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we kind of set the tone for that really early.
We did.
In part one with her basically going to the red light district.
Right.
Yeah.
Accidentally. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But still there.
Still. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, All Fair.
Thank you, All Fair.
And up next we have Richie.
Richie.
Hey, Rich.
Woo! Hey, Rich.
Okay, so are we in the past with this story?
I thought we were in a flashback.
Okay.
I could, again, as we all know, I'm a confused person most of the time.
Because we just drop in media res. So,
yeah.
And based on the circumstances, this is very different than where we left off with
It is.
them.
And I feel like because of this talk of kids, it's all about the kids, the children. I feel like we're back to where during the revolution of wherever Rat and Abby were, you know?
Yeah. I'm not entirely clear, but what this is certainly a tone shift.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very, very, very different from
because last
what it
we
was.
left them, they were on a ship, correct?
Well, they were in the truck that Miller was driving. Wasn't that the last that we had? And that they were gonna have the recording played from Papa.
Oh, I thought they had gotten on the ship. I don't know.
Well, because they had that conversation.
I remember the recording
with Miller.
Yeah.
And they were going to listen to the recording because there was a part that he didn't submit last, like for episode 62. And so this is just the part 5. So I do know that we skipped over some stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not sure. But essentially what we have here is a major tone shift.
Major.
And it all goes very sideways for Abby and Rat.
And especially for that one girl.
Oh my God, yeah. Which we get just the most cursory of introductions before basically we learn that...
Tally.
Yeah, Tally. We get a very brief introduction with Tally and we immediately learn very dramatically and violently that Rat and Abby were followed.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. So we set up some major stakes in this. And so the stakes basically can't be higher. Everybody's basically fighting for their lives. Sounds like this is some sort of an underground railroad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that everybody is, keeps saying children. The children stumbled and fell. The children, subduing the children. It makes me think that we're in the past, but I don't know. I did have a thought though on the part where it's like Tally dropped to the floor where her head smacked on the pavement with a sickly, hollow sound that neither Rat or Abby could hear because their ears were still ringing from the flash grenade. That was such an interesting sentence because it suddenly put the spotlight on the narrator.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, if a tree falls in the middle of the forest, nobody's there to hear it. Does it make a sound?
Yeah. It was heard though, because that's the sound
by
that
the
it
narrator.
made. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I'm just like, I'm suddenly seeing the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh, that's fascinating.
I know.
Because
it was a weird sensation.
It makes you wonder. It's like, well, who's the narrator?
Telling the story right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's actually a really cool, like, meta detail that could come in, like, super clutch at one moment.
Yeah.
Like, turns out, like, this narrator. Yeah. Anyways, there's so many fun things you can do when you start addressing the narrator.
So many things you can do. It's like Morgan Freeman in Shawshank Redemption.
Hell yeah, dog.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yep.
Andy Dufresne.
Yeah, Andy Dufresne.
I can't do a good Morgan Freeman.
Oh, who can?
Morgan Freeman.
Right. Besides him.
Oh, nobody.
Nobody. Okay. Yeah. All right. So anyway, I want to know, Richie, are we correct, or am I correct in thinking that this was a flashback, or is this not?
So I have to preface this with I did not read the part, because you had a part in the document that was basically part 4 that you had not submitted because you weren't super pleased with it. So I came into...
Oh, it was in there?
Yeah, it's in there. Because
I read the whole thing about I don't like it. In fact, I hate it.
Yeah, it's called Scrapped Week 4 in the document.
Oh, he put it?
Yeah, it's in here. But it looks like this is just the message. Yeah, this is just kind of jumping straight into the message from Papa. And then week 5 is this jumping in, this kind of in media res beginning that we get with... you shut up, Artemis? Abby whispered in the darkness. You're going to get us killed. I don't know. I don't know what the timeline is here.
I think this is in the past.
Okay.
That's what I think. Because where the hell is, what's his name, Jimbo, that was driving the truck?
Yeah, and you're right. There's too much missing that we've set up before. Yeah. It's too different for this to have for us to just be here now.
Yeah. And I think this is what led to, this is what they've been alluding to the whole time.
This is part of
what happened, the breakdown of the empire or whatever, their trauma, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say exactly the trauma that Abby's been carrying, and part of what made her have to raise her little brother essentially was this incident, and this is what really set it all off.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we do this guy, this asshole, thanks for leading us to your little hideout. It's been so hard to find these little play groups, that's what they call it. You two just had to go and fuck it up for the rest of them now, didn't you? Not that there will be next time for you, but you should remember to look up. You can practice when you're in a cage. It's like, come on, dude. It's like you've won.
Yeah.
She memorized every facet of his face in those moments of hatred. The place where he had hit her was now bright red and swollen. He turned to Rat. You two are most likely going to end up as breeding stock. God. Like the stakes of this just escalated so dramatically. But I do like the idea that this is in the past and that we know they get out of this in some way. That's a great way to frame this.
Well, it also raises the stakes of what they're facing now.
Exactly.
Because it's like, okay, all right, this is some fucked up shit. Like, this is urgent. Yeah,
absolutely.
Like it explains why they're panicking so much at the thought of their coming,
Yeah. It's such a shame to throw away all that privilege and safety. I'm sure your father will be quite disappointed. Don't worry, you'll see him soon.
Mm-hmm.
We must be in the past then.
Yeah.
That's the line.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see your father soon because their father's dead.
Well,
in the present.
Not necessarily, because
he's out.
They say that they're going in search of him to find him.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell us, Richie. Don't leave us in suspense anymore, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are we in the timeline here? I'll be curious.
Yeah. Where are we at?
Either way, a huge escalation with this one.
Yes.
Yeah. Man, thank you, Richie.
Thank you, Richie.
And our last story for this week is by
Steve Living Room. Steve.
You got at least 8 air horns from Rachel.
Yep. I was saving it this whole time. I was not doing an air horn because I was saving it for Steve.
Where you been, Steve?
Where you been?
I missed you, buddy.
We miss you so much, and we know that people have to go away sometimes, but we are so glad that you're back.
Yes. Yeah. Happy to have you with us here, Steve.
Happy to have you. Welcome back.
This is a continuation of the Soundstorm.
It is.
So this was with Jake and his old puppy, Tommy. So this is from the perspective of Aaron, who, if memory serves, we met very briefly at the end of Jake's account. Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. I believe that's right. But so we very, very quickly get Aaron's account of the Soundstorm. But she has a kitty cat.
Yeah. I was going to say Chuck, but Wasabi.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Wasabi.
Yes. So Aaron and her kitty cat Wasabi endure this Soundstorm, but Wasabi is not with Aaron at the end of this, which we come back to later. But so very, very quickly, we run through her account of what the Soundstorm was like.
Yeah.
But we essentially move her into this same world as Jake.
Yeah.
We set up the same situation, no buildings, no streets, no sidewalks. It's basically all gone back to just the land as it was naturally without man-made.
Land before time.
Yeah, yeah. Land before, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which is kind of a relief because, first of all, we see that Jake and the dog, Tommy, are not alone. And second of all, oh man, there was a second of all, but what was it? Oh, that Jake and Tommy are still alive. And also now they're not alone.
Well, yeah. And it seems like we're kind of meeting two points are meeting at the same spot where we left off with Jake, I think. And so, but yeah, the idea that Jake is getting some company.
Yes. And some help.
Yeah. And so whenever we get to this point where she comes across Jake, who is attempting to fish in a river by wading out into it in his skivvies and trying to just grab fish.
Like a dum-dum.
And turns out he's throwing some tantrum like a crazy person, and she thinks that he's a crazy person and wants to run away. And so he's like, oh, please don't go. He's like, I was throwing my first temper tantrum and I don't remember how long. Please. That's not who I am. Please stay.
I'm not that person.
And so we do get this just kind of this normal interaction that you get between two people who don't know each other, but where do you work?
Yeah.
Or where did you work? And just kind of laying out like, oh man, it's all still so surreal. Like,
right.
And is this really happening?
Totally. And that would be so confusing. It reminds me of From.
I have not seen From.
Y'all, if you haven't seen From, you have not lived.
Do you know that there's a podcast called Two about From?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What? I'm going to start listening to that.
It's by Doof Media, the people who...
What?
The progenitors of our podcast.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm putting that on my list right now.
I said progenitors, one of the guys.
From is so amazing. And it's like you get these randos thrown together in this alternate dimension,
I know nothing about that. It's a show, right?
If you watch
It's a show.
the first episode, you will be hooked.
What is it on?
Amazon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You will, if you watch the first episode, you are never going to be able to stop. It is so, oh my God, amazing. But anyway, it reminds me of that because it's like these people, random people, are suddenly hurled into this alternate dimension.
Ah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Where they're just like,
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
yeah. Like, where are we? What happened? Why? What? And they're just trying to survive. And this is what's happening here, kind of.
Yeah, the surreality. Is that
Yes.
Is that a word?
No, but it should be.
Okay. But the
surrealism,
the surreal nature of this whole situation
Mhm.
just keeps cropping up, and they're just like, oh man, this is so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked the way that she comes across Jake just trying to fish, and he's like, just like thrashing at the water, like, oh, why can't I catch a fish?
Yes.
And that's just happens to be the moment that the one other person shows up, and he's like, of course, this is right.
And thank God Erin has some survival skills.
Yeah. Yeah, she seems very capable.
Yes.
Fashions.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of this, she's basically saying, do you think we could get this and this? Could you get a spit for roasting? Gives a strange look, but I don't have a lighter, but turns out she does with just a few drops left.
Mm-hmm.
And basically we cut from that moment to the chapter Erin and Jake.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good way of just kind of, just hanging a lamp on that and just being like, okay, that's done. They've met, and now they're an item. They're called Erin and Jake. We're going to chapter title this.
Yes.
But we don't have Erin and Jake to begin with. It's just Erin, and she's out hunting, essentially. She took one look back at Jake, and I wonder what's wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of set a tone there.
Yeah.
With something could be off.
Yeah.
With Jake.
But you think so?
Well, that's what she thinks.
Yeah. And I feel like she thinks that because she is not quite as sensitive as Jake. Possibly,
yeah. I'm curious what we're setting up there. We're setting up something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it just seems like she is very much more practical, and Jake is more like sentimental, and he's like, "What the fuck," Yeah.
And
she's like, "Get your shit together."
Yeah, it's like the situation just keeps hitting him in different ways, and it's like she notices him noticing the situation, and thinks something's off about him. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Yeah.
But also it's like maybe you're wasting your time worrying about Jake or what's wrong with him because he's the only other human in this dimension that you know of so far. So
I think it's appropriate to worry about him then.
Okay.
Like if there's something wrong.
By worry about him, I just mean being like, oh man, this guy is weird. Like this guy's sus. Maybe I should stay away from him. It's like, no, he's like your only lifeline,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if nothing, talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, in that way, I guess it colors her as well.
Mm-hmm.
In that they haven't really broached this unease that she feels.
Right.
But I really liked this hunt that she goes on for a goose.
Yeah.
And just the way that I'm just going to casually walk.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind me, goose. Clubs a goose. Don't mind me, other geese.
Yeah,
Don't mind me.
I didn't just do that.
I didn't just.
That wasn't me.
Oh, I'm not carrying a goose.
I would never call off the corpse.
The corpse runs away with a goose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If I were in that situation where I was suddenly in another dimension and had to survive, I would hope that I would be there with a Mongolian.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because their survival skills are unmatched. I'm serious.
No, I don't doubt you.
Like
it's just it's amazing.
Yes.
Unmatched.
Unmatched.
Unparalleled.
Things that I read articles about people dying of here all the time is just a Tuesday in Mongolia.
Tuesday, isn't it?
It's just a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. Yeah. For real.
Yeah. But I like this pairing of Erin and Jake, especially with Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy's adorable. Especially
I hope Wasabi shows up.
Oh yeah, I would hope we get Wasabi.
I want Wasabi to show up.
This part where she comes across them playing tug of war was just adorable.
So cute.
Just the way it's described. They're playing tug with a long stick. Jake looks amused. Tommy looks serious. It's a beautiful moment. Aaron watches, wondering. Actually, that's really succinct. Jake looks amused. Tommy looks serious. It's a beautiful moment.
Yeah, that's really good.
Aaron watches, wondering how she could have thought Jake could be evil. No, she never thought he might be evil. She just had, and still has, she realizes, a gut feeling that something in him is off or broken.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Tommy lets go of the stick and one playful bark bounds toward her, tongue hanging out. Love Tommy. Love Tommy.
Tommy's so cute.
He's so cute.
I can kind of relate to Aaron though on this because I've had moments where I'm just like, suddenly became convinced that somebody's like possessed. Yeah. I'm like, this person has a demon. They are evil. And then I would become convinced of that about somebody else. And then I started thinking maybe I'm possessed because I'm the common denominator.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, I get it, Aaron.
But yeah, so this whole scene sets up that she just suddenly becomes overwhelmed with emotion, missing Wasabi, and just starts bawling. And Jake's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Yeah, just overwhelmed in that moment. But she's got her goose, and that's where we leave off with these two. I do believe that Steve may have added more to this since the time, but I have not had a chance to read that. I believe that's the case. But anyways, thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve,
for joining us.
Yes.
For the last episode of Novel-bember.
Yeah, so, excellent.
Yeah.
I hope to hear from you again soon.
Yes, please. And if nothing else, you can have infinite number of Reddit profiles. So if you got one bad one, just go and make you another one. We'd love to have you back in the discussion.
One. Yeah. Amen.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Good to have you.
Yeah.
And that is all of our stories.
Each and every one.
For Novel-bember.
Yes. Woo!
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 Such compelling audio.
Right.
Hey, thank you, Jake, for being selected. Not the character Jake.
No.
The man Jake.
The human.
The human Jake, the author who wrote to us, who wrote Husk. Thank you for being selected here for the last episode of Novel-bember. And also, thank you, Nick, to you, Walker by Faith, All Fair Chatwin, Richie Posier, and Steve. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for Novel-bember.
Yes, thank you so much.
So that is going to move us into episode 63, which is not like a normal episode.
It ain't.
So episode 63 will be our first of, what are we going to call it?
Oh.
Entervember.
Did anybody comment?
Oh, Richie, did you see Richie's like whole...
No, where? Where is it?
It's like 40... I'd say
where
40.
Is it?
It's a lot of different...
Where is it?
Okay, so are we calling it Interview-sember? Interview-sember?
Interview-sember.
Interview-sember.
December-interview. Ooh, I like that.
December-interview.
Okay, interview Decembers. Yes. Meet-sember. Okay. Get-To-Know-Yule. Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good. Meet-Yule.
Meet-Yule. Interview-Yule. Interview. Oh, that's pretty good. Interview these nuts. Yes. Okay, then we got from Walker, we've got chestnuts roasting on an open pod. You'll right.
Man, Richie, these slap, dude.
They slap.
These
so
slap.
hard. Okay,
good.
all right. So what do you think?
Of these, Get-To-Know-Yule.
Get-To-Know-Yule.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one, Richie. Okay.
Yeah.
So for episode 63, it will be the first episode of the Get-To-Know-Yule.
Yes. That is so good, Richie. You know what, Richie? You are speaking my language. You are speaking my fucking portmantanguage. Yes.
Great. Excellent.
Yes. Get-To-Know-Yule. Yes.
Get-To-Know-Yule.
I love that.
So for episode 63, our first Get-To-Know-Yule, we will get to know the Prismatics 19.
That's right.
Yeah, so Jake will be joining us for episode 63, and we're looking forward to that conversation.
We are so looking forward to it.
Yes.
Should we put vocab words that we have to use in the conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
I was
Okay, good. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Okay, so for our random words that we have to use, wire, march, interface, solve, and sector.
Great.
So wire, what you got?
All right. Wire is a noun and a verb, a noun and a verb and an adjectival noun. So a wire is like a cord thingy. It's also, you can wire something as a verb. You do that all the time.
I do. I deal with a lot of wire, a lot of different kinds of wire. There's stranded wire. There's solid core wire. There's braided wire.
Oh,
there's so many wires.
Exciting. Is there copper wire?
There's copper wire. There's aluminum wire.
Okay, that's exciting.
There's so much wire.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So much wire.
That's wonderful.
So much wire.
I love that.
There's so much wire.
I love that so much. So you can be a wire worker. That would be an adjectival noun.
Well, yeah.
The wire store.
Yeah.
Wire station.
Yeah.
Yes.
The wire aisle.
There you go. Yeah, the wire aisle.
Yeah. They're called linemen. People who work on like the lines.
Right.
Linemen.
Yeah.
Electricians are called like journeymen.
Journeyman? Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Journeyman. Like adventurers.
Kind of, yeah. Or
Yeah.
you're a master electrician. Yeah.
Dadgum. And then you make bank.
Boink. Yeah.
Okay, also you can be wired, which means you're like super hyper.
Yeah. Also, you can send a wire,
Right.
which is money.
Yes. You can do a wire transfer. That's an adjectival noun.
Yep. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
So the next word is march.
March. It's a month.
Lowercase m.
It's where you walk like a soldier
In time.
in time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Goose step.
Yep, goose step. That's
Mhm.
right.
That's the
if
only
you're
way
in
to
marching
march.
band,
Yeah.
that's the only way to march.
Oh, yeah. Marching band.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Goose
did that thing.
step. That's in marching band.
Isn't that what the Nazis did? Was the goose step?
Creepy.
Yeah. The first picture that pops up. It's a type of marching.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Maybe I was thinking of frog step.
No, goose step is the thing I think you can do in marching band because it's
Okay,
just a type of marching.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And also march can be a noun. A march. We're on a march.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And our next word is interface.
Interface. This can also be a noun and a verb.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I shall interface
Let's
with the
interface. Yeah. With the interface.
Mm-hmm. I will interface with the interface.
That word doesn't even mean anything.
It's pointless.
It's fucking stupid.
It's made
Because
up.
guess what? It's a combination of fucking Latin prefix and a fucking Germanic root.
What about, is there an intraface?
Probably.
No one knows. It's all made up. The
Yeah,
points
it doesn't
don't matter.
exist.
Okay, the next word
It's
is
a
solve.
construct.
The next word is solve.
Solve. Okay,
Nobody
solve.
cares about interface.
Right. Nobody cares about that. But if we use it in the interview, props.
Yeah.
Okay. Solve is a verb, and it's just where you salute something, solution something.
Oh, I was like, salute?
No. So SOLUTE,
Okay.
which is not a word, but salute, make into a solution.
Maketh into solution.
Maketh into a solutioneth. Solve. Solve.
So you could like solve a math problem.
Yeah.
You could solve the Gordian knot.
You could.
You could try.
You could also just solve a life problem.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Solve.
Because those all need to be solved.
Right.
And our final word is sector.
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 Not to be confused with sect.
No?
No.
I can't confuse this?
No, because it's two totally different things.
How so?
A sector, well, they actually kind of mean the same thing, but they're used in different contexts. So a sect is like a denomination.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
A sector is like a facet.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually the same thing. They're both sections.
So you just lied to me.
No,
Oh.
I didn't. They're both sections of a thing, of a whole, of a greater whole. Okay?
So sect and sector are both sections.
Right. They're both sections. Yes.
Fuck.
But you can only talk about sects when you're talking about belief systems.
Okay.
And sectors
Okay.
is in reference to like organizations. Sectors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you kind of?
I'm kind of grokking what you're throwing. Yeah.
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 You're kind of like.
I'm kind of like.
We're kind of like
this. Like you're here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
And
then I went here. Then you went here. But then I went here.
Then you went here. And then we were just kind of like.
And then we're just. And now we're just like. We got it.
Then we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly.
Rad.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I get it all now.
Yeah, good. Perfect.
So those words again, Jake, for our interview are wire, march, interface.
So you better fucking use at least 3 of them.
Solve and sector.
Mm-hmm.
And
bonus points if you use interface.
bonus points.
As I've mentioned, I believe in the past, I will say that to my students, bonus points for whoever shuts the fuck up or whatever. And they take me seriously. Although there's not any points, actually. There's no bonus.
Just cool. Good for you.
I just said that. And they don't even fucking question it. They're not like bonus points on what? They don't even question it. They just take it at face value. They literally trust what I said, like idiots.
Well, of course they would. You have a position of authority. Of course they would trust you.
But question authority, bro. If you want to be like these wonderful writers and submit your story to You Write, head on over to our subreddit at reddit.com/r/YouWritePod.
If you are unable to submit a story this week, which you actually can't submit a story this coming week or for the month of December, we are focusing solely on interviews. We're going to get to know you guys. But you can always help out by reading and commenting on people's stories from Novel-bember.
Yeah, or on the interviews.
Also the interviews, yeah.
Which, by the way, we ask that you add discussion questions in each episode's wrap up from Yule, Pleasure to Meet Yule. What was it? Get-To-Know-Yule.
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 Yeah.
We ask that you submit on the wrap up from each Get-To-Know-Yule that you submit questions to whoever we interviewed.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll be sure to have a post on the subreddit for the interview to get your thoughts on what you would like to know about your fellow writers.
That's right. Because let's cultivate curiosity.
That's correct. You can always reach us at yourwritepod@gmail.com, by the way.
If you like our show and want to help support us, do consider donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/YouWrite.
If you can't donate, that's fine. Just go on, share the podcast with anybody, everybody. Puppies, kitties, crittens.
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you know as soon as new episodes are available.
And go on and rate us.
Go
anywhere, or leave comments.
Go and get you.
Yeah, comments in Spotify, ratings and everywhere else.
Gone get you.
Gone get you.
Gone get you.
Gone.
Gone get you.
Gone.
Get you. And remember, join us next week on You Write,
a podcast where you write.
Don't come around here no more. Whatever you're looking for.
See y'all next week.
Don't come around here no more. Rare, meow, 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 hoo, yow, 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 low, now.
Do you just make these up?
It's Tom Petty, bitch.
Okay, 'cause you never know. She said.
That would be amazing if I had that level of creativity.